Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Um, Today I am going to talk about more about my life, um, and how my life was different than I actually wanted it to be. In other words, when I was growing up, um, I didn't have a dad to actually teach me things that a lot of boys have or learn, like football or anything like that. Of course, not that I would play that. Um, so I didn't have the only male figure I really had in my life was my male cousin and my uncle. And I want to explain something about that. When I talk about my uncle and my aunt is not actually my aunt. She's not my sister, my mother's sister. She is more my cousin, but I've called her aunt and I've called him uncle since I was little. And so, anyway, my mother does have a sister. Her sister lives in Arizona. So, we really didn't have much of a relationship with her because she's out in Arizona. We have kind of a bit of a relationship with her, not much as I do my aunt that I talk about a lot. Um, but she and my uncle tried to be as much of a father figure as he could be, even though he wasn't my dad. He still had my cousins to raise, but they kind of helped my mom raise me and my sister. Um, Now, my aunt is part of the bad part of um, my past, but I will get more into that later. Right now, I just feel like talking about how my uncle tried as hard as he could to be like a father figure to me. And so, yeah, I never actually had my mother tell me, well, you just wait until your dad gets home, like a lot of mothers do. Mom was the only one that we really had. My biological father left when I was a baby, so I never knew him. It wasn't like he, would ever come around. And so I'd only seen pictures of him and heard stories about him. But as far as me knowing him as a person, I never got that. So my life was different than most kids when they're growing up because they have their dad and their mom, and I just had my mom, which is why my mom is such a special part of my life. Um, I had my mom until I was 13. Not that she died when I was 13, but she remarried when I was 13. And so after getting to know him, he adopted me. And being that I was old enough, I actually went to the court with my dad and my mom for the adoption. And I was asked by the judge if I wanted to be adopted, if that's what I really wanted. And I said yes. So back then, before I became a Bates, um, my last name was Holt, which was my biological father's last name. And so I grew up as Roy Holt until I was 13 when I became Roy Bates. So it's kind of like having more than one alias. But um, once I was going to when I was going to school and everything, up until my 4th grade year, I was a Holt, and then in the middle of my 4th grade year, we moved, and I was still a Holt until my stepdad adopted me. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm hoping I'm not talking too many different subjects. So anyway, guys, that's a bit more about me. And I hope that you like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope sometime that this will help someone. So thank you, and see you in the next one.